Hello everyone and welcome to Simple English YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn about pie charts and how to write IELTS pie charts. So basically there are several types of pie charts in IELTS exam. So here you can see one of the types of the pie charts, which is called multiple pie chart with a trend. So which means with years, right? So online sales for retail sectors in Canada. So here is a change. For example, it was 18 and it became 23. So there is a change. There are several types of pie charts. For example, there might be a pie chart, for example, online sales for retail sectors in Canada, let's say, and US in the same year. So the graph would be without any change, without trend. Or else there might be also a single pie chart. For example, imagine you don't have this one, you have only one. So this is called single pie chart. However, today we are going to learn about multiple pie chart with trend because this is the most common type of the pie chart. So let's get started. The pie chart says the pie chart below illustrates the proportion of online sales for retail sector in Canada in 2005 and 2010. So basically it's different types of the goods which are sold in Canada online in 2005 and 2010. So today our lesson is going to be kind of different because today I'm not going to show you a ready essay. Many people say that they have a problem with timing and it's impossible to writing really fast. And today I'm going to prove them wrong and I'm going to write an essay during the process of making video. So as you can see, I don't have any essay here. So I'll be writing the essay right now and let's get started. So the introduction is quite simple. The pie chart compare four types of products. So those all are the types of the products in terms of the percentage of online purchases. Purchase means like when you buy something there is a purchase, right? And sales, you can prefer sales as purchases because whenever you sell something someone buys it, right? Someone purchases it. So the percentage of online purchases in Canadian retail sector in 2005 and 2010. So that's it. That's quite simple. This should be pie charts and then it would be correct because there are two pie charts. This is quite simple, just keep it simple. You don't have to make it very complicated and you don't have to spend much time for introduction. As you can see, I have written the introduction like within 1 or 2 minutes. So let's go to the overview part. In the overview part, you have to mention usually the biggest and the smallest category in each year if possible or in 1 year. So let's get started with overview. Overall, so as you can see, Canadians bought mostly electronics, right? In both years, here it's one of the biggest ones. Here it's obviously the biggest one. So electronics and appliance are the biggest one. So let's say Canadians mostly bought electronics and appliance from the web. So from the web means online, right? From the internet. The second sentence, you have to mention any other figures which you think are important for this pie chart. And I prefer mentioning the lowest and highest figures because I have mentioned the highest one here. Now I want to mention lowest one in both years. So as regards the lowest figures in 2005, it was video games. I'm saying was because like it is as a category, right? It's not games, it's category, one category. Video games. However, after 5 years, uh, the the rate the rate of home furnishings was least. So I'm not saying the least because we usually use the whenever there is a noun after superlative. So this one is a superlative. However, we don't have a noun here, so therefore we don't use the. So that's it with the overview. Now let's go to the body paragraph. And body paragraph you can write in several ways. Two of the most popular ways. So the first one is to write every pie chart individually. For example, in the first body paragraph, you have to mention the first pie chart. In the second, you have to mention second. However, disadvantage of this method is that you don't mention trend, you know. So this pie chart is actually illustrating you a change. So therefore, you have to mention the change. However, if you write them separately, you cannot discuss this change or this trend. And therefore, I like to compare pie charts figure by figure. So here we go. Let's start the body. Looking at the details. I usually start every body paragraph with a sentence like this because body paragraph is a place where you are looking for details, when you are researching details, discussing details. So therefore, it's good to start like this. So in the first year, so I'm going to mention this one, 35%, more than a third of all goods sold online were electronics and appliance. That's it. So in the first year, more than a third. So a third is 33%, and more than a third is about 35%. Were electronics and appliance. So let's go to the next sentence. 5 years later, which means in 2010, right? Let's say its indicator declined by 5% and made up 30%. So we have finished with 2010 and 2005 electronics and appliance, so we don't mention it anymore. So let's get to the next category, which is home furnishings, right? So I'm going to mention home furnishings and possibly the food and beverage. So let's try to do it. So let's say in the following, in 2005, the second and the third most chosen products were so home furnishings and food and beverage, right? Home furnishings and food and beverage. So home furnishings and food and beverage, the figure for which accounts for about a quarter. So a quarter is 25%, so this is about a quarter, both of them, right? Each of them is about the quarter, so therefore I just told it and I don't have to mention any number. All right, the next one is 2010 and the same figures. Let's say, however, in 2010, the rate of the former. So probably you have seen in my previous videos, which you can see right here. I have talked about the former and the latter, which means former is the first figure, which is home furnishings here, and the latter is the second figure, which is food and beverage. So the rate of the former, which means a rate of the home furnishings, right? So the rate of the home furnishings declined, which means decreased by 10%, being the least popular product in retail sector, while so it's happening at the same time, that's why I can say while the proportion of the latter increased by so while it's happening at the same time, that's why we can say while the proportion of the latter, which again means the second figure mentioned, this is food and beverage, the proportion of the latter witnessed the opposite trend by becoming the most selected product of 2010 at 32%. That's it, and we have the last figure left, which is video games in 2005 and 2010. So let's discuss this one. As for video games, its rate made up 18% in 2005, and it increased by 5% and constituted 23% in 2010. So that's it. I have written the full pie chart, and let's see how many words does it have. It has 177 words, which is not bad, which is on the word limit. I haven't set the timer, so I'm pretty sure that it was less than 20 minutes. So as you can see, you can write a good essay which deserves about 7 or higher in less than 20 minutes. It's more than possible, even if the graph is like not easy one, right? So it's always easy. So if you have any questions regarding to the pie charts, make sure you write it in the comments, and also subscribe to my channel, and see you soon.